Alrighty, so in this video we are going to be talking about the course introduction of AP Calculus AB just for the guardians that are not going to be able to attend the Meet the Teacher night on Thursday, September the 5th from 5 to 7. Even though it is 2 weeks away from today's video date of August 23rd. But a little bit about me. I'm Mr. K. I graduated from NC State. This is my 5th year teaching. I have a major in math ed and a major in math. I also have a minor in Chinese studies. But for the more important part, what is AP Calc? AP Calculus is a very advanced class that's going to require a little bit more thinking than an honors class. The emphasis is going to be on critical thinking and problem solving skills. So I teach them a lesson and then they are going to have to apply that on their assessments. So what they see on their assessments might not be the same thing as what they see on their homeworks or on lecture, but it's going to be very, very similar. So that's why they have to be able to adapt and think outside the box, especially on assessment days. Once again, the big idea is to have students to transfer their knowledge in new situations and apply it into new contexts, especially for the tests and especially for the AP exam in May. Students will need paper, pencil, graph paper, all of the usual mumbo jumbo stuff, a calculator, probably a binder. I give lots of handouts. They need their Chromebooks. Looking ahead in December, you probably need Play-Doh and dental floss for your child. We do a little volume lab with Play-Doh. And then you guys, well, the students will need blue books for class. And this is what they look like. You can buy them from Amazon. The AP exam will be on the 12th of May at 8 a.m. Students will only take one AP exam. So in the spring, they will either take AP Calculus AB or they will take the AP Calculus BC exam. The BC exam is just 60% AB and 40% BC material. So it's just, 40% more of the things is such BC. And like I said, they only take one AP exam in the spring. Now, in the fall, whenever they are finished with AP Calculus AB, they do get a teacher-made exam that we make that is going to be very similar to the AP exam. One thing that is new for this year, for most of the AP courses going on, it will be in a hybrid model where the multiple choice will be online in Blue Book. Students are pretty familiar with that because that's where they have been doing their PSAT and SAT exams there. And then the FRQ will still be on paper. So that's something new for this year and going forward, meaning that they will not have a multiple choice booklet like they have in previous years. In addition to that, we also have a new grading scale. 70% is going to be major and 30% will be minor assignments. And then here are the units for AP Calculus AB. The 30% would be your minor assignments, and those are going to be your quizzes, your 5-in-1s, which basically means that you're going to have 5 multiple choice questions and 1 FRQ, and then quarterly rubrics at the end of the quarter. For major assignments, those are going to be 70%, and those are going to be your tests. Sometimes students will be given 1 or 2 for your response questions, usually 1. Some units you'll get 2, they'll get 2, and they will be 15 minutes each. They'll have 8 multiple choice calculator active questions for 21 minutes, and then 12 calculator inactive questions for 23 minutes, which is going to be proportional to what they get on the AP exam in May. So essentially, we are going to prepare them for time constraints, which is one of the hardest things going from Math 3 Honors, Pre-Calc, and then AP Calc, where you really have time constraints of 21 minutes for calculator active and 23 minutes for calculator inactive. A quarterly rubric, that's going to be one of the minor assignments. Students will need to accumulate 100 points by the end of each quarter. So some activities that can be earned would be doing homework, doing practice FRQs in class, doing optional activities in class that I assigned them. I always think of it as a little side quest. They just need 100 points by the end of the quarter, and then they get a free 100. If they don't get 100 points by the end of the quarter, I just give them whatever they have at the end of the quarter. So if they have 5 points on their rubric, then they're getting a 5. This slide applies to seniors, so if they have a projected semester average of a B or higher, then they will be exempted from the senior final. But of course, the AP exam is different. They're going to take the AP exam, they just won't be taking the teacher-made final in the end of the semester. They need to have 10 or fewer absences. This will include excused absences and unexcused absences. So if you are planning a college visit with your child, that counts as an absence. The only thing that doesn't count as an absence would be away games. So if your child is in a sports team and they need to go to some other county or some other school, then that won't count since they're technically present at school. Smart lunch. My smart lunch days are going to be Monday during B half and Wednesday during A half. If they attend 4 smart lunches, then their lowest minor grade will be dropped for the quarter. So we have 2 quarters, meaning that I'll drop something from the first quarter, and then I'll drop something from the second quarter if they attend 4 in the first and 4 in the second. One thing about this class that's special is that homework is not a grade. Homework is part of the quarterly rubric, and it is 2 points towards the rubric. It is honestly up to the student to practice the concepts outside of the class, from doing the bookworks, the Canvas assignments, Delta Math, going to AP Classroom and watching the videos there, watching my YouTube videos. The more practice they do, the more they will succeed in assessments, especially since major assignments are 70% of their semester grade. So think of it as a college class. I will give you everything they need, but it's going to be up to them to apply and work on those concepts once I finish teaching. If the student is absent, it's going to be the student's responsibility to make up the lesson when they are absent. They should utilize Canvas and AP Classroom, the student notes folder that I give them, and then my personal YouTube channel. Students will still be expected to do the homework. If they're out on assessment day, it is expected that they take the assessment when they are back. Phones, new in place this year. Phones will be stored at the front of the room where calculator holder are. So think of this as a calculator holder. And they'll just plop the phone right into their respective number. Won't be used during class. Even if there is independent work time or free time in class, they will not be able to use it. Phones may only be used during class changes, before school, during school, not during school, but after school, or during lunch. So those are going to be the only times where students can use their phones. I am on Talking Points. I communicate on Talking Points pretty frequently. I send out reminders on quizzes, assessment dates, weekly reminders, and I also send out unit calendars for each unit so that you know when the next assessments are and what they're doing that day. Here's my email. And then number 2 is just a quick note on the algebra and calculus. I don't think calculus is a hard class. The concepts are pretty easy. It's just that the algebra kind of screws the students over. So it's very, very, very important for students to slow down and be meticulous in terms of showing their work and making sure that they're doing the correct thing and not doing it so fast that they might forget a sign error. Something from a positive from a negative might change the whole answer, and then they get the answer wrong. So that's one thing to think about in terms of making sure that they slow down. Now here is an example of a calendar that I have here. So here you can see that on the 27th they will have a parent function review, a summer assignments that they have should been doing over the summer. On Wednesday 9/4 they'll have their Unit 0 quiz. On Wednesday 9/11 they'll have their first 5 in WANA, and then on the 13th they will have their Unit 1 test. In addition, sometimes in green you'll see that I will run a flipped classroom where on this particular day they'll have to probably watch a video, take notes from my packet, and then during class we'll do some activities related to the lesson beforehand. So that will be in green. So sometimes I'll do a flipped classroom, sometimes I'll lecture, sometimes there will be practice days. It just depends on what is going on for that particular unit. As always, you guys can contact me through my email right here or through Talking Points. So whatever you prefer, either way, it's fine with me. But I look forward to communicating with you guys over the course of the semester, and I know that I'll see some of us in the spring whenever your child is taking AP Calculus BC.